Hello and welcome. Today we will take a look of respiratory system. The respiratory system works through a process of breathing, which involves inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. The process of exhalation involves the diaphragm and other respiratory muscles. The diaphragm is a muscle located below the lungs and plays a crucial role in breathing. During inhalation, the diaphragm contracts, moving downward and increasing the volume of the chest cavity, which draws air into the lungs. During exhalation, the diaphragm relaxes, moving upward, and air is pushed out of the lungs. The air you breathe ends up in the alveoli. You will need to know. The process begins wherever you breathe. Air passes through your nose or mouth. The nose contains air and mucus to filter and moisten the incoming air. The filtered and warmed air then travels through the back of your throat, entering the pharynx. In the pharynx, the air passage is shared with the digestive system. It's a common pathway for both air and food. Finally, there is the laryngopharynx, the part of the pharynx that continues with the larynx or the voice box. It also serves as a valve to prevent food and liquids from entering the airway. After passing through the larynx, the air enters the trachea. The trachea is a tubular structure that carries air from the larynx to the bronchi. The trachea and bronchi are all pretty wide and use cartilage rings for support. The trachea divides into two bronchi, one leading to each lungs. These are called the right and left primary bronchi. Within the lungs, the bronchi branch out into smaller bronchioles which continue to divide and become progressively smaller as they penetrate deeper into the lungs tissue. Just a bit about the lungs. There are two lung sections called lobes, 3 lobes on the right and 2 on the left. The left lung is generally smaller than the right because of heart. At the ends of the bronchioles, the air reaches the clusters of tiny air sacs called alveoli. This alveolar sac looks like a bunch of grapes. There are millions of alveoli in your lungs. The alveoli are where the actual exchange of gases take place. Because these alveoli are made of one layer of thin wallet cell, have a lot of surface area, and they have direct contact with capillaries. Meanwhile, the other feature is that the wall of alveoli are moist, which allows the gases to dissolve, and this increases their rate of diffusion. Oxygen from the inhaled air in the alveoli diffuses into the capillaries and binds to hemoglobin in red blood cells, where it is transported to body tissues for use in cellular respiration, while carbon dioxide produced by cell metabolism is carried by the blood back to the alveoli, where it diffuses from the blood into the air in the alveoli to be exhaled. The blood continuously circulates throughout the entire process, with a steady inflow of deoxygenated blood into the capillaries and oxygenated blood leaving it. This continuous cycle of inhalation and exhalation ensures that your body receives a constant supply of oxygen and expels carbon dioxide, which is a waste product of cellular metabolism. This is achieved through the process of breathing. Additionally, the respiratory system also helps to regulate the body acid-base balance by controlling the levels of carbon dioxide in the bloodstream. The entire process is involuntary and is controlled by the respiratory centers in the brain, which adjust the rate and depth of breathing in response to changing oxygen and carbon dioxide levels in the blood. And that's all to say about respiratory system. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay curious, stay happy.